back to the channel. So today I want to do a story time just because I've been doing some thinking with an upcoming video that I want to do. I know I've mentioned it in a couple videos, but the money spell. So the money spell has really, got me thinking, about a past time that was really serious. I'm going to try to say this story time without my little one interrupting, hopefully. She was supposed to be napping, but she's staring at me. So, so with the money spell, that can go along with witchcraft and things of that nature. And to give you a little bit of a backstory, when I was a child, I was in the foster care system. I was in the foster care system from the ages of 7 to 10 when I was finally adopted. So I do know who my biological parents are. Anyhow, while I was in the foster care system, me and a group of kids, at about this time, I think I was about 9, and me and this group of kids, we were really close. And the one thing I think that we all had in common, unfortunately, was feeling abandoned by our parents, not having that unconditional love and support. And the foster family that we were with, although they were very good to us, we had a lot of freedom. As long as we didn't get in trouble, you could do whatever you wanted. So we would run the streets, and a lot of the times we found ourselves at the cemetery. We would go to the cemetery like it was a park, and we would go there and, look at all the different headstones. And we ended up meeting a girl. I'm just going to say her first name, Tiffany. I do remember her last name. However, came across me and this girl, Tiffany, and her family was heavily into witchcraft, and she got her hands on a couple books, and so we would read those books with her and do what we would consider witchcraft. We were just unknowledgeable and just lost children that didn't have anything else to grab onto. So I think we were trying to hope that magic would help us and get us out of the situation that we were in. And so with meeting Tiffany, we would, go to the cemetery with her as well. And, we would do our spells and whatever it is that we thought that we were doing. I don't think we were actually doing anything correctly. But, we did explore the cemetery several times, and got into some stuff that we shouldn't have, like going and trying to see about getting into the mausoleum, which we were just young and did not understand, nor did we know what was inside the mausoleum. So one morning I'm sleeping and I get woken up by one of the foster care kids. His name is Nick, and he's shaking me saying, "Amanda, wake up, wake up, wake up." He's like, "Kayla's down at the cemetery and she's hurt." Well, I first woke up and I was kind of in a shock because Kayla was a little girl that was in the foster home with us, and she would follow me everywhere. And I called her my little shadow. She was a couple years younger than me, and I thought she resembled Madeline. And Nick was a boy that was also within the foster home with us as well. And him waking me and telling me that Kayla was hurt down at the cemetery, I was shocked just to hear that she was hurt, but then I was taken off guard because I was surprised that they took off and did not wake me, which was very unusual. And he's telling me, "Kayla's hurt, Kayla's hurt." And I said, "Did you guys call 911? He said, "No, I came here to get you." And I'm panicked, and I'm just, I'm only 9 at this point. I'm panicking knowing that she's hurt. And as he's explaining to me what exactly had happened, I'm panicking even more. And I'm, telling him, we got to call 911, and you call 911, I'm going to jump on a bike, I'm going to hurry up and get down to the cemetery. I don't know what I thought that I could do to help, but I obviously thought that there was something I could do. From what Nick told me, they were playing on bikes, or on a bike, and the bike was fully functional. My little girl's making noise. The bike was fully functional. And Kayla had asked if she could ride the bike. Apparently, it was Tiffany's bike. And Kayla got on the bike and started going down a hill. And she went to go hit the brakes, and the brakes wouldn't stop. And around the outside of the cemetery, just lining the cemetery, were these 2 to 3 foot, I guess they were cement, and they had like a tip on them. And in between it was this thick wire. Well, the bike would not stop, and Kayla lost control, fell off the bike, and hit her neck off of the metal wire. And apparently she was bleeding from her mouth and things in that nature. As I was in a panic telling Nick to call 911 as he's telling me the story, and me trying to hurry up and throw on some clothes to get out the house, Nick was telling me, please don't tell our foster mom, please don't tell her, please don't tell her. And ironically, as I'm getting ready to go out of the driveway on a bike, the foster mom pulls in and she sees that I'm in a panic. And she asked me what happened, and so I told her what happened, and she went down there. They got down and got an ambulance down to take care of Kayla, and unfortunately we found out after her being seen by a doctor that she was paralyzed from the waist down. So I don't know if what Nick had told me where Kayla had got hit was incorrect or not, but she was paralyzed from the waist down. And I kind of blame myself in that instance because it's okay. I kind of blame myself in that instance because I felt like if I was there, maybe I could have, jumped in the way of the bike or done something. And it's just really odd how everything played out that day with them going down there without me, and with my foster mom pulling in at the timing that she did. But it really worried me for many years. Was it us toiling around at the cemetery that caused this to happen? Was this just a freak accident? So needless to say, I did not explore witchcraft, so to say. I do feel like I am strongly drawn in that direction. But, this money spell will be the first thing I've done in many, many years. And, sorry, my daughter is catching my attention. Quit scratching. Just me thinking about this money spell just made me think about the whole situation that happened with Kayla. And it was all really primarily just we were lost children, and we didn't really have that guidance or have any parents to go home to, or anyone that really cared. I mean, the foster parents were good to us, don't get me wrong, but if I broke my leg, they weren't going to hurt for me, I can tell you that much. It's kind of like a fend for yourself, and I feel like that's what we were trying to do. Just we didn't have the right guidance, and I think we were all just seeking for this magical escape, some way to get out of where we were. And kids being kids and getting into things and not knowing any better caused a lot of issues. But that's my story time. And unfortunately, I have searched for Kayla just to see, whatever came of everything. And I have not been able to find her. I believe I know what her last name was. However, because we were all in the foster care system, her last name could have very well been changed if she was adopted. Unfortunately, she wasn't ever able to come back to the foster home because it was not handicapped accessible. So after seeing her one time in the hospital, I never got to see her again. But I hope she's out there somewhere doing good, and hopefully things have changed for her, or she has the help that she needs to be able to continue on in life. I mean, I felt devastated because I was only 9 and she was a year or two younger than me, and I couldn't even imagine being paralyzed at that young of an age. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off here and tend to my crying baby. You want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Hold on. You want to say hi on Mommy video? You want to say hi? You're cranky. Come here, cranky. Oh, he hit the camera. My cranky baby. Q wave side. Say hi. You say hi. I was supposed to be sleeping. Now I'm awake. Hi. Good job. Yay. You're such a big girl. Yes, this is little Miss Natalie. Huh. She is my youngest of the bunch. And she was my baby. That was my pregnancy prank baby. That was born on April Fool's Day, which suits her. But, alright guys, well I will talk to you guys soon, and I'm glad that hopefully you guys can listen to my horrific story time, unfortunately. Alright, bye-bye for now, guys. So I did want to interject during this story. I did want to do some research to see if I could figure out what cemetery it was that we were visiting. So I tried to first look up some newspaper articles to see if there were any about the accident, and unfortunately I could not find any newspaper articles. I mean, I think that this happened back in 1997, 1998, somewhere around there. So that's probably part of the reason why I can't find the newspaper articles. So what I did next was I went ahead and searched my foster parents' names, and I was in search of their address to see what cemetery was closest to them, so it'd give me a good idea on where we were at. And I do believe that the cemetery that we were visiting was Chestnut Cemetery in Ashtabula, Ohio. So I just wanted to add those quick notes. You know, I would love for one day to find out about Kayla, but just wanted to add that quick note.